I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and think that you weren't thinking it was something personal but unimportant.
I mean, I thought it was something personal that was important, but this tea's delicious. It takes a sip.
Right. He'll just kind of sigh and go, right, well, something that you are already aware of, Akira, is that, well, not too long ago I found out that I'm related to one of the clans in the cloistered families. The sorcerers, the Onmyoji. It's not just a related, it's that I am one.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't told anyone still.
Good, I'd still appreciate it if that doesn't get out. From what I understand from the bloodline, it's not something that just any Oni can see. It's those people who emancipated themselves.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess I'm not technically that.
I suppose not. I mean, I don't think you fully embraced anything about that aspect of your ancestry, have you?
No, I got a lot of work to do with ancestry.
Then it would be presumptuous to say you've even been given the choice in the matter at the moment.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on from that. How do I explain this? I don't want to just come out and say it, but I'm about to sneeze. 1 second as I mute.
Not about to just come out and say it, but screaming sneeze. My favorite.
Yes.
Any sneeze are mine.
Haha. You'll be like, alright. I suppose I'll explain it this way then. From what I've come to understand, within the families, the origins of the families are important. You know that Katsume and Reiko have other relatives that are a member of their family and clans, right?
I've gathered as much.
Seems most likely.
Right. But even if the clan is extended and has multiple branches, there's a main stock that goes through it, right? From what I understand, in the Onmyodos, that main stock was mostly extinguished some time ago. But every now and again, through working of the blood and fate, I suppose, he just kind of rolls his eyes, there's a resurgence in that, which, you kind of pause and go, through my mother, I'm a sorcerer, and through a resurgence of the blood, I'm a member of a, I suppose, long extinct family within the Onmyojos.
So, like a lost family sort of thing? Like, oh, we thought they died hundreds of years ago, but they didn't?
Yes, something like that.
They normally don't just die off for no reason, right?
No, you don't.
That sounds like a worry.
It is. It's a worry because of the implications that come with it. I have, up to this point, had absolutely no intention of getting involved in any power struggles or politics that were internal to the cloistered families. But if the information about what I am got out, I don't think that would be possible. And, well, there would be lots of people with ideas about it. He'll just kind of pause and go, I suppose you could say that the clan that's resurgent in me is Vitaira.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Akira's knowledge.
I rolled a 5.
Yeah.
You think she would have heard of him, Jess?
But not to a great extent. She knows that there were those guys that drowned against the Minamoto.
Okay.
Hmm.
How important were they? I remember that name.
And he'll just kind of pause and go, how important were they? Well, as offshoots of the imperial family, the Vitaira were rather important as governing feudal lords in the late Edo period. But I suppose what? Heian? Okay, sure, Heian. The late Heian period. Fuck you, Jess. In the late Heian period. But I think most people know them today for being the instigators of two of the biggest rebellions in Japanese history.
Ha! Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound too good.
No, it doesn't.
And I'm guessing they didn't go too well.
Well, he'll just kind of pause and go, as far as I am aware, today, if you were to use the term, to the common people, Taira no Masakado, is Masakado the right one who became a god, Jess?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Taira no Masakado was elevated to the status of kami, but I still don't think that the idea of rebellion is too favorable.
Yeah. They don't really like shaking up the system around here. Things like a sip. Jeez. I guess that'd explain why the blood was so angry.
Yes, well, there's a lot of resentment in the past from that clan. He just kind of pauses.
So
he goes,
that would be really bad if people...
Well, of course, there's an infinite number of possibilities of what could happen if people found out, but let me just go over a few of them. I think Minamoto is secure enough in his power that he wouldn't do anything. In fact, I'm almost entirely certain that he just kind of pinches his bridge. Because of that blood test I took, if him and Katsu are on good terms, which I think they are from what I saw, he probably knows, which means that he's not worried. But other people not as secure about that. They might think that the reemergence of the Taira bloodline could pose a threat of a new rebellion and might want to put a stop to that. Or there might be people in there who think that the order of things could stand to be shaken up and might wish to marshal behind that as a figurehead.
Yeah. Oh.
He just kind of takes a sip. Really do not wish to cause chaos, especially at this point in my life.
Yeah, you might want to finish high school before you work on overthrowing hierarchies of imperial lines, or whatever.
Right. But by myself, I don't think I'd be able to keep it a secret too long, especially now with what we know Jeffrey is offering.
Oh, well, I mean, they'd have to put up something just as big as that as a, bet to get that, wouldn't they? How many people have a secret that big?
I'm sure lots of people have secrets that are... Well, I don't know if they're that big, actually.
Well, yeah, you're like a long secret rebellion prince now. That's a pretty big secret. You might be safe.
Right.
Well, and you do have a 1 in 6 chance, or 5 in 6 chance of them not landing on you.
Yes, well, given enough time, anything's going to happen. But anyways, even disregarding Jeffrey's wheels, it's still possible for that to get out. I mean, because of my power and yours, Akira, the Blood Phantoms, they came out. But
And
they don't... Sometimes... They've acted up a few times in my dreams. I don't know if it's something that can't be sensed if someone has the right qualities. So, speaking in that regard, I need people who know, who I can trust, to be on my side.
well, good. You alright? You got 2 of them now, so that's an upgrade from before. Yeah, we need to make sure this doesn't go bad for you.
Yes.
I guess the biggest hurdle would have been, someone like Minamoto or Katsumi's scary dad. So, the fact that they haven't done anything's a relief, like you said. So
Yes.
now we're looking after Small Fry, who might find out somehow.
Something like that. Mostly I just... And he's like... When I say allies, I don't mean that I'm planning anything. I mean people who'll be there in case I need to deal with this.
Right. I just, precaution. I just was... Okay, not the right word. Yeah, I'm not ready to do an armed insurrection. We kind of have other things on our plate, and you don't want to. So,
Yes.
we don't have to rock the boat, but we have to make sure we don't fall off.
Yes, that's preferable. And I don't want you two to think that I'm being selective here. If it comes to it, there are other people I may need to tell, but even the people at the dorm... And he's just going to pause and go, well, would you allow me to go through the list?
Sure,
Raphael...
but I can take a guess why you might not tell someone like Reiko. That's
Yes.
a bit awkward to put her in that position.
Reiko is exactly a part of the existing power structure, is in the priest clan, was very important at the summit, at least if the entourage was anything to go by. So I imagine that
You
she
were
might
at the summit?
I was asked to go. I went in disguise.
Ooh, asked you.
And he'll be like,
Let me guess, the person who told you you were a Tyra?
He'll just kind of glance over and be like, yes. A person within the Onmyojo clan who, due to very unique circumstances, was able to figure it out.
Right.
Apparently,
They're
I
a
would.
friend?
Yes.
Whew.
He just goes. The head of that family also knows now. I needed to learn from them if I was going to figure out exactly what it means to be one.
Oh. Well, that's something. Is he scary?
No, not particularly. A bit intense in their beliefs.
Right.
I think they are one to rock the boat if given the choice.
Ooh. That's a bit unlucky.
Yes. But anyways, yes. Reiko and also Akatsumi and Shizuka, I would prefer not to tell any of them. After all, they all were raised in a family environment.
Well, family. Sure.
Anyways, going down a bit more. Raphael he's dedicated and loyal and...
But
I
maybe
haven't
got
s-
too many connections to the cloistered families.
No, he's still a foreigner. I don't know if he knew he'd understand the full weight of the situation. It's not as though the presidency have presidential lines that go in the blood.
Yeah. I mean, Raph's great, but look, even I'm not the most traditional person, but the sort of things he understands about our culture, it's a bit of hilarious. I'm pretty sure he could basically offend anyone at this point.
Yes.
He needs to pick his words better.
Well, yes. The words, definitely. Anyways, and he'll go down and go, I don't see any reason, really, to exclude Koharu, but at the same time, I don't really see any reason to include her in the... Well, I still don't feel comfortable coming out with this.
Right. I mean, I guess, you two never got along super well.
I'll just kind of look down at his cup, remembering yesterday, and then he'll be like, yes. So, of course, this isn't a dorm matter or even a matter for the alliance we have going on. It's a personal matter, and as my friends, I'd appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the time to come here.
Well, yeah, of course, buddy. This is pretty important. I mean, it sounded serious, and yeah, thanks for trusting us.
Right.
I mean, I know I'll be trying to help them best I can.
Right.
Which means we'll focus on different issues and try to keep this from getting around.
And he'll nod and go, that would be what I want. Could you guys all understand?
Yeah.
No,
I'm doing
Richard,
a
that's
jest.
obnoxious.
I know.
Jess, who are you BMing right now?
I don't know.
I'm gonna spend that intuition because I like Rio. No, it's a plus. Yeah, we're a +4 probably. I think.
The cliques.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I understand Rio really well.
Yeah, good. I mean, you notice that he said that's what I want and not that would be for the best, like he usually does.
Yeah, it's a personal thing. It's not just Rio being a little retard boy who wants to be the best at making sure other people are happy and not himself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, then we'll definitely make sure it's all squared away. After all, we got a lot of problems already. One won't give you another one. About our current problems also. I could give an update on something about the cards if you want.
And he'll just kind of sigh and go, well, since that's not my own personal problems, that actually would be a welcome relief.
Yeah, that's kind of weird how that works out. It's kind of two, maybe threefold. I spoke to someone who told me about the cards more, and I don't have to be vague because it was Shizuka. She has one.
He just furrows his brow.
For once, this was a secret that's kind of okay to tell, she said.
Alright, there's the first fold.
Well, this honestly, I mean, it's not good, but it's not difficult to solve.
Okay.
And she kind of talked fucking motorcycle. We gotta clear this domain out of those motorcycle mushrooms. Holy shit. Why'd we give them?
It's Jeffrey.
Yeah, they snuck out. Can you imagine leaving a mushroom in Jeffrey? Oh,
no.
God. Oh, God, they'd be everywhere in the entire world.
Oh, no.
Jeffrey's got enough connections. He'd get rid of them easily.
No, they're mushrooms, dude. If you don't directly look at them, no one does anything about them.
Yeah.
only players can get rid of mushrooms anyway. So, she kind of explained a bit about what the cards are doing. You know how they're the dreams, right?
Yes.
So, part of the dreams is like, well, she explained this from what she knows and what Shin talked about, but obviously they're kind of like that. Oh, I got something I want to do, and then that's all they focus on in life. And she said that, let's see, how many cards are there? Like 20?
22.
Yeah, that. She said that within all of them, there's one dream that ends the world.
One dream that ends. And he just kind of rubs his face a bit and goes,
Which kind of makes sense if we think about it. I mean, they've got to be strong enough that that's all the people care about, and if one of them gets resolved, then everything ends. So not necessarily all of them, which is kind of what must be part of the way we stop it from happening by finding that dream.
who would have a dream that wants to end the world?
Yeah. Kira just shrugs nervously. Let's just say that, I mean, I kind of understand what Shin means when they say the dreams have to be really intense. I mean, the way she said it, she kind of gave a better explanation than Shin does, where the dreams have to be enough to change the world completely. Like, it can't just be, oh, I want to be really famous or something. It's got to be significant enough that the world would change. You know, like how the Rift worlds kind of are. They'd be a different world after that dream was fulfilled. So one of them is changed enough that the world kind of falls apart. So these aren't just your average everyday aspirations. These are world-changing events. Even if they're maybe small, there'd be a huge difference without them there.
Right.
So, yeah. That's kind of a big deal. But, hey, you know, also, we definitely need to get rid of Shizuka's card.
Definitely.
Definitely. Stares you dead in the eyes like, I don't want to make it super personal. I mean, she said I could tell you guys that she had it, but I don't know how much.
We're good.
Are you okay, Richard?
I'm fine.
Sounded like a gunshot before I realized it was thunder.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah, it could be either in Florida. You never know.
Yeah.
Oh God, Richard, was that cancer?
Oh no, cancer got me.
No.
He had a gun.
But, yeah. I can tell you that it might not be the dream that ends the world, but we definitely can't let it happen. He might put up a bit of a fight, but, well, you know, I don't think she'll, you know.
How is her putting up a fight different than what we've already discussed?
Right, exactly. Right. So, we needed to do this.
Right.
I just, yeah. So that turned a lot easier than I expected when she first told me. I'm not very conflicted about this one. I guess I'm kind of lucky.
Lucky.
Is that really pessimistic sounding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite
This
a bit.
Yeah, this place is really rubbing off on me.
Perhaps you should do something to restore your optimism. It's not like you.
Maybe, but I don't know. I guess it's easier when there's just something ahead of me to do. I mean, that whole one of them ends the world sort of thing, the whole idea that they're just going to change the world, I mean, it kind of puts it in a different light, you know? If we look at people who have a card, they really want to change something in the world, maybe that means it's okay to stop them. Like, the world's not great, but it's not that bad for these people sometimes. Kira just kind of mutters off. I don't know. It just put a different light on things.
I was just gonna sigh and go, well, I'm glad it makes it easier for you.
Only a little.
Mm.
I'm just trying to say that, I guess.
Mm. Right. We're still a matter of doing it.
Yeah.
But... He pauses for a moment and goes, I may not be a fan of using our abilities for every little thing that pops up in everyday life like Mr. Dark is. But when it's necessary, do either of you think that there's a problem using either of your using your personas to do something if you have to?
Before I got Wukong, I kinda didn't. It's weird, you know? Kind of figuring out what's a you thing and what's a you and your persona thing, but I think when it comes down to it, it's a part of us, even if it's a weird part of us. You know, there's proving a point to yourself, and then there's getting things done. So, no, I don't think it's wrong to do.
And he'll sigh and then go, right. Well, the method is obviously important, but I think the most important thing is the choice. And Rio grimaces and goes, in that regard, we may have to stop. We may have to simply go after these cards if one of them is going to cause the end anyways, but the fact that someone has a wish or a desire for the world isn't itself inherently a bad thing, is it?
No, I guess not, but...
No, inherently, no.
After all, when you get down to it, the people who started the American Revolution, the person who invented the light bulb, and the people who started the Meiji era, they all had dreams for how the world was going to be different. They didn't use magic to achieve it, but it's the same thing, right?
Right. But at the end of the day, there's some new worlds that I don't really want to see. At the end of the day, that's us changing the world to not change, I think.
Well, yes, it would be that.
But like you said, I think it's just too nuanced to really categorize. There's no point having hypotheticals about it. There's situations we'll run into. Those are the only ones that really matter, isn't it?
And he nods and goes, yes. Yes. You need to deal with what you run into. You can come up with 1,000 plans, but the world can throw 1,001 possibilities at you.
Right. So, for now, I know for certain that we need to get rid of Shizuka's card. The others probably need to get rid of some of those, but we'll need to actually see everything we can before we really make our final decision. But, you know, no point saying we can do one or the other besides stopping the end of the world. That, I think I can safely say, is an assertion I'll make.
And he'll just kind of look down and he'll go, if it's possible that we run into someone who has a dream for the future that I agree with, Rio's just going to kind of scowl into his cup. If the cards themselves are a danger, I still intend to take that.
Good. That probably is a safe way to handle this.
Right. Anyways, I suppose with that regarded, out of the people who we know have any, well, even disregarding that, perhaps we should be trying to figure out what people's streams actually are. After all, it's not just the cards. If someone who doesn't have a card has a wish strong enough in this city, a rift could cause just as much damage to the world as a card could.
Yeah, basically. Plus, it's good to get to know people.
Mm.
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks down and is like, yes, it's good to get to know them.
Should we start off by saying what we want right now?
Oh.
I mean, you know, I've kind of tried to ask, but we've never actually sat down and gone, what do you guys want to do when we're actually, done with school? I mean, it's kind of too casual of a conversation for us to have in this kind of place, but at the end of the day, it's nice to relax and just think about stuff like that. Okay. I mean, that stuff used to be intimidating.
Okay. Sorry, I was gonna look up and go, huh. Well, like I just said, none of us have a card, but there's always the possibility that we might have a desire in a rift or even agree with a card holder stream. I suppose it would be pertinent to know what each of us want. He just kind of says, if that was his expression roll with his lying modifier. So if you guys want to try and read him, you can. I don't care.
I will, because Kira's like, God damn it, Rio, stop being an autist. I bet casually.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't think you'd get the social link because he's actively trying to be including.
It's a 2.
Yeah.
Not bad. I just all right.
Yeah, might as well see if I get another one.
I'm just saying it makes sense to me.
Yep.
Oh my god, you did.
We're using fucking space right now. Why am I even here?
Good work.
Yeah, 2 ones in a row. My luck is good today.
Okay.
I should have just spent.
Unfortunate.
You know, I'm spending the reroll. Fuck you.
Woo.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Rio's not.
We completely believe Rio's.
You completely believe Rio's being pragmatic about this.
Nerd.
The truth is that he's interested to hear you guys' dreams.
Oh, that's nice.
There's a reason they was shit.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up, Jess. You only came up with that after 2 years.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Bullied. Fugged. Alright. I mean, I could start if you want.
And he'll just be like, well, you proposed the idea.
Yeah,
Please take responsibility.
Yeah. I mean, right now, I said I'd fully commit to the whole esports thing, so I'd like to see if I can at least be semi-professional with that for a bit. Kind of, graduate high school, do that for a bit. Maybe take some trips around with Clag and see some more of the culture. Settle down at one point, have some kids. Something like that sounds nice. I'm not as exactly grinding myself down like I used to, but I still feel motivated to try and make it, I'd like to be able to get a bit rich, send some money back home, have enough to set up my own home. Something like that sounds nice.
Ariel will nod, and he'll be like, that's a fine desire.
Yeah, not exactly exciting, is it? But, you know.
And he'll
Almost
be like,
sounds normal, all things considering.
I mean, I've always kind of wanted to be normal, but not, I guess. It's a weird struggle. I'm a bit contradictory, I guess.
sounds normal. I suppose. I suppose I still don't see things as normal and magical. I guess I'm still looking at the regular world, but to me it sounds like you'll pause and then go, yes. It sounds like a realistic dream.
That's what I'm hoping for right now. Thanks.
And he'll pause and then go, right. I guess I'll go next. Before all this happened, I think you could probably guess. Go to a good college, get a good job, rise up the corporate ladder. But I think now... I think it's lost a bit of its details at now, but... knowing what I do now... I'd like to do something... I'd like to do something good for the people of Asade and my hometown and Japan. So I suppose I still want to rise to that position of power so that I can have that influence to make things go the way that would be best for everyone.
Huh. Yeah, it sounds like you. I believe it. Well... yeah, I believe you could probably do that with or without magic powers, honestly, Rio, so... cool. Company, business stuff. Sounds kind of boring, but it's the kind of boring I know you like, so that's good.
Yeah, definitely sounds like you.
Well...
he'll need to have like a garden or something to be really like him.
Well, maybe. Anyways, like I said, it wouldn't just be for me. I guess I was influenced by the charitable people in my life before this.
Ah. Yeah. Well, that's a bright future, assuming, you know. Anyway, Ryu, you've been really quiet.
Yeah, all things really don't have an answer for you guys. Every time I was thinking about creating one, something's come around and kind of destroyed it.
Oh, I know. You know, I get that. But come on, you have to have something in the back of your mind that you want, right? It doesn't have to be big or anything. I mean, my goal is basically just to become, you know, have a job at one point, get money, and then become a parent. It's not illustrious. It's not as, you know, fucking Christ. It's not as in... Jesus fucking Christ. It's like they're going through a tunnel with that reverb. Jesus. Anyway, it's not like I'm going to become someone who exactly betters the world like Rio or anything, but it's still a small thing, but it matters a lot, you know? Even if it's small or insignificant. Just something you want to do with your future.
Right. Think of it as basically just to continue working at the dojo, but I'm not really sure if that's really what I want or if that's just the path that I'm on.
Well, I mean, it's all about if you get some form of enjoyment out of it, you know? Even if it's not like, oh boy, I can't wait to go there. If the work leaves you feeling satisfied, that's something you keep doing. Because your body and your mind and your soul like it. So what satisfies you, basically? That's what you should be thinking about. That would be the future you'd want.
Yeah, trying to get it's the hard part, I guess.
Well, that's why it's in the future! You think I'm gonna become a professional in a week? Get a family in a month? That's gonna take a long, long time.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just go travel around Japan for a while.
Yeah, you love historical shit. You could learn all about it. Old battles and stuff, the old dead people you like.
You two have such nice ideas. Makes me wonder if I'm being selfish.
I think you're being anything but, Rio.
Oh, but
Wait, you see my tart throwing as being nice?
Rio thinks it's selfish to be charitable, so you know that.
People who brag about wanting to do good usually are the most selfish ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you don't exactly brag about it. You talk about it and your eyes get all starry, like you're actually seeing yourself live out the dream you've always wanted. Act as stuffy and professional as you like, but whenever you do your little nice actions, you know, I can tell you wouldn't do them just to do them. I think, unless you're really good at tricking me, which probably isn't that hard in actuality.
No, I think... Well, like I said, it's lost a lot of the details it had before, so maybe it's more nebulous than selfish at the moment.
Well, we got some
High
time
school
to
does
figure
that.
Yeah, we got some time to figure it out. Right. Well, that's good. I'd talk some more, but I do gotta get home before New Year's celebrations really kick off. But, well,
Right, of course.
it's nice to kind of have a chat that starts serious and ends a bit light. So, yeah. We'll keep everything good, Rio.
Right.
Keep everything under wraps. Figure out the cards. Stop
Good.
the world from ending and get to the futures we want, you know?
Good. Maybe I should be doing a bit more to help people in the present rather than the future.
Oh, that's what leads to it, so it's always pragmatic to do.
Pragmatic. That's kind of been making things fall apart lately.
Like yesterday.
Perhaps I should apologize.
Oh,
nothing. You don't need to worry about it. I had an argument with Matoki.
with Matoki? Oh. Now I'm worried.
Don't let me hold you up going to see your family, Akira.
It's really nothing.
Okay. But ask me if you need any help with that, I guess.
I'll ask you if I need any advice.
Good. Right. Well, thanks for the tea and everything and telling us about that.
Right, well, I think I needed to get it off my chest.
Right.
The fact that I have at least a few more people now that I don't have to be suspicious about finding out lessens the burden.
Well, it's not like someone like me would ever put the pieces together, so I appreciate it.
Good. Oh, I suppose before you go, I should tell you one other thing that that this lineage has given me. So that you aren't surprised in the future if it ever comes up, I can make demons now.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How does that work? That's gotta be like really hard to make something. Can't just be like being a dad where you just stick it in and let it ruminate.
He just kind of slumps over and goes, "It's exhausting."
Then definitely not like a dad. More like the woman's
No.
part.
Yes, perhaps.
So, do you have any little demon babies?
And he'll just kind of look at her like, "You're an idiot." But then he'll go, "I've made 3 demons so far."
Aw, congratulations.
Right. Maybe one day when you've shaped up and shown some responsibility, I'll let you meet them.
Wow, alright. Well, God. Sorry for congratulating you then, Rio. Since I'm so irresponsible, I better get going then.
Yes, you should.
Mm-hmm.
Don't keep your family waiting.
Yeah. I'll catch you guys later then.
Yeah, you have fun, Akira.
I'll try. So, head on out.
Alright. Is that it?
Probably.
Alright, so I guess just to make things make things make more sense, we'll do Akira scene and then Reiko scene and then Kaharu scene.
Okay.
Alright.
Yay.
So who are you going to spend it with?
Talking to Akira.
Okay. What? Yes, I'm talking to Akira.
Okay. I said I'd, maybe hang out for friends or the family. I might just hang with the family since I took up some time already. Were there anyone who was free?
I mean, unless you ask, you wouldn't. They wouldn't have like statuses saying I'm free.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, I'll put some more time with the family before they're gone from the campaign. I like those guys. Get some Nori time and see how she's doing.
Alright, so since it's New Year's Eve, there's a lot of alcohol in the house.
Yeah, that's what I thought. She looks around, picks up, makes sure none of the cats are drinking some.
The TV is on. Your mother is watching English terrestrial. She's watching the BBC.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So just kind of look at her for a second and give her a hello.
Hey. What are you doing here?
Coming. What do you mean? I mean, I was coming to spend New Year's. I woke up and just went out for a little bit, Mom.
Why you ain't out with your friends or something?
I mean, I had considered it. Do you really not want me around?
Stop that. It's for young people. You should go out and be young. I ain't never going to be this age again.
Yeah. I guess so. Are Dad and Nori still home, or are they out?
Father's working on his projects in the... No, he said she was going to go exploring with the monkey.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And
Or was
can
it
I
a
just-
cat?
I'm gonna just eat a bento. Say I ate one on the way home because I wanna give a roll to see how sad and depressing her mom is. You okay with that?
Right.
Akira's valuing in her head, does she really mean go out or is she sad and lonely and I should hang out with my mother? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna spend that intuition. Do I have a modifier for her?
A +2.
Thanks. Oh baby, again. What does she really feel?
See.
Will she feel more sad if Akira goes? I know, right? Well, if Akira stays or goes out, what does
It's
she
not that
need
she'll
right now?
be sad, it's that she'll enjoy your company if you stay.
All right, she will definitely stay with her mom then.
I mean, your mom's never really seemed sad. Like,
Yeah,
your mom's always considered herself to be well off.
Yeah, you know, but you know, she's a bit of an alcoholic mess.
You asked her how you wanted to see how she is feeling, and maybe she wants to do this.
Yeah, but she said, like, would she, appreciate if Akira hung out, or does she really want her to go out, basically?
I just told you.
Yeah, that's why okay. I was just clarifying why I did that. Felt like you were telling me I was dumb. Alright,
No.
she'll pull up in one of these.